3 habits that help me get the best lash retention for my clients. Let's talk about it. Hey y'all, I'm T the Brand, fellow lashpreneur and lash marketing mentor. I teach lash artists to market smarter, lash better, and keep clients coming back. Welcome to my channel, and if you're tuned into the Powerhouse Lash podcast, thank you so much for coming back for another episode. I'm excited to get into this topic because retention problems will make you want to throw the whole lash business away. It's hard to keep people coming back when their lashes aren't lasting. And there's nothing more discouraging than feeling like you're doing all of this work to master this skill only for the skill to not skill the way it needs to. So let's talk about it, and I hope these things help you. Number 1, you need to have a consistent lash prep routine. And what I strongly recommend is to make sure that you perform a lash bath every time you touch someone's lashes, full set or fill. I have talked to lash artists who choose to just go the primer route and don't do lash baths at all, or who choose to not do lash baths at all because they're stressing to their clients the importance of cleaning at home. The problem with that is from the time that let's say they wash every morning and every evening, and then today is their lash appointment. From the time they wash their lashes in the morning to come to you in the afternoon or in the evening, their skin has produced oil. Their skin has maybe produced a little eye booger, or there may be some debris from outside when they were walking that has now attached to their natural lashes. A lash bath cleans that off and allows you to start on a clean surface. Those very clean lashes bond very well to your extensions and the adhesive. And if there is something blocking it, like oil or debris, their retention is not going to be as well. I highly recommend making sure you do a lash bath for every client. I feel like it's also very sanitary to do. Like, I don't want to touch on anything that I have not cleaned, okay? I've seen a lot of things in my 5 years as a lash artist in people's lash lines and in their lashes, and baby, we're gonna do a lash bath every time. Also, making sure that you only prime necessary clients. Every client does not need primer. Primer is great for clients who have a moisture imbalance or have oily skin. This allows for you to dehydrate the lash extensions, the natural lash, a little more than just a lash bath alone. But if you are dehydrating the natural lashes of someone who does not have any issue with with moisture, over moisture, blah blah blah, moisture being overly produced through their skin, then that's not somebody who needs primer. What you're actually going to do is dry the natural lash out, and then the extension can't hold once you have already applied it, so they're not going to last long. Make sure that you are priming necessary clients. I totally scratched primer last year in 2024. I started noticing that even with water-based primers, because some primers are alcohol-based, which cause more drying, not just to the lashes, but to the skin on the eyelid. I noticed that all of my clients kind of started having a little dry skin on their eyes. So I said, you know what, let me stop using this and see what happens. And what happened was the retention improved. So I don't use primer at all. I don't personally think that you need it. But if you feel like that is something that you need, make sure that you have a water-based primer, and make sure that you are priming the clients who actually need primer. Number 2, you need to make sure that you have a controlled environment and that you exercise product discipline. Regarding the controlled environment, we have so many tools like hygrometers that allow us to be able to know the temperature and humidity in a room. Your adhesive bottle, unless you're a light curing lash girly like me who don't need humidity or temperature to cure those lashes. Shameless plug. I highly recommend that you come over to this side and get you an Opal System by Lash Apothecary. Now, I am not paid in any way. This is a shameless plug, and it has really changed the game for my lashing process, for my clients' retention. The light curing is the way to go. Okay, so but if you're not a light curing lash artist, your adhesive bottle has a humidity range on it that lets you know, hey, this isn't going to work if this does not align with what's reading on that hygrometer. So you want to make sure that you are controlling the environment. Some things that have helped me do that are to make sure that I have a fan and a heater in my lash space. Sometimes if the room is too cold with that traditional lash adhesive, it changes the viscosity, and the same if it's too warm in the room. So if it's too cold, I can just turn my heater on, warm it up a little bit. And if it's too warm, I can turn my fan on, cool it down a little bit. Something else that helps if it's too warm in your room is to take your nano mister and kind of lightly mist over your client's lashes, not on the lashes, but just over their head, to allow just more to add more moisture into the air in the area that you are working in. Now, when it comes to product discipline, you want to make sure that you are not wasting product by changing your glue dots too soon. Some people will tell you you need to change them every 15 to 20 minutes. I'm going to tell you you need to change it when the viscosity of that adhesive changes. When it no longer works the way that it needs to work, and when you're dipping your lashes in the adhesive and you're getting little bead strings, or it's just thicker or gooier, go ahead and toss that and refresh your glue dot. Until then, do not just waste product and throw it away. Now, you also want to make sure that you are shaking your adhesive side to side for the appropriate amount of time. Usually people say 30 seconds to a minute, and I 100% agree that that is the perfect amount of time. If you don't want to shake it, get you a glue shaker. It'll do the side to side shaking for you. What this does is make sure that all the ingredients are mixed in together, so that when you dispense your glue, you don't have it coming out sticky and tacky already. Because if that happens, now you have glue that you've wasted and you have to keep shaking and repouring, and that's just so unnecessary. So make sure that you are on top of changing that glue out when it actually needs to be changed out, and make sure that you are paying attention, if you need to the humidity and temperature of the space that you are working in. That is going to play a huge part, both of these things, in your client's lashes lasting. Let's move on. Placement. This is number 3. One thing that really helped me to improve my retention was making sure that I placed lashes on the side of a lash extension. What happens a lot of time with top or bottom placement is when you go in to apply that lash, all you can see is either the base of the extension or some of the stem of the extension, that's before the fanny part, is attached to the natural lash. Now, if only one of those is attached, when you go to brush the lash, it's going to pop off. When a client goes to brush the lash, it's going to pop off. So you want to make sure that both the base of the extension and a little bit of that stem is attached to the natural lash. And the best way to do this that I have found is by placing it on the side. Side placement allows me to align the lash extension exactly how I need it to and get it placed over there, versus on top, where I would have to lean over to the side to look and make sure, top or bottom placement, where I'll have to look at the side of the application to make sure that the stem and base are applied. That will slow you down a little bit, but if that is what you prefer, absolutely do that, because everybody doesn't use side placement. Side placement also helps to make the removal process of outgrowns a lot easier. You can see which side the natural lash is on, which side the extension is on. You can do that banana peel and pop them apart so easily, versus if it's on top, you have to kind of fish and find the natural lash to be able to separate it, and same for the bottom placement, and same for wrapping lashes. I cannot stand a wrapped lash, but let's move on. Number 4, and this is my final tip for this video because I don't want to make it too long. I can yap all day about retention, and if that is something that you would like, go ahead and book you a Power Hour mentorship call. If you are struggling with your lash retention, if you're struggling with application or whatever, book that mentorship call so that I can answer your questions and you can stop struggling and trying to figure it out. If you know that you need some more hands-on practice, book a Lash and Learn refresher training. That is when you can come into Powerhouse Lash Haven with me and you will lash a model. I will be there to assist you, to observe your prep and your application and all of the things, and give you real-time feedback, and also demonstrate some things for you to help make your lashing journey easier and your retention better, so that you can keep the clients coming back. Okay, number 4 is client education and aftercare and accountability. These things matter. It is important for you as a lash artist to teach your clients how to properly clean their lashes and why they need to. And you're going to have to say it over and over and over again. And that's okay, because that's your job. My clients to this day will still try to do different creative ways to clean their lashes. One of the most common was, oh, I just washed them in the shower these last couple of weeks. Like, washed with my whole face. I didn't lose any lashes. No, you didn't lose any lashes, but now you have makeup and crusties and who knows what else this stuff is stuck between your lash line. You have to make sure that you use the shampoo brush to clean your lash line, clean down on your lashes. Lash hygiene is super important. It's important for you to continuously reiterate to your client to use the products that you give them. Now, if you do not give your clients products to care for their lashes, you need to either sell them or give them away. One thing that I have always done is include my lash bath kits in my full sets. That way I don't feel like anybody was getting down on me because I gave away a lash bath kit. No, it was integrated into the price. And then my lash bath kits were $10. Maybe last month or the last 2 months, I decided not to charge for lash bath kits anymore. When my clients need one, they get one and they're good to go. I feel like they invest enough in my services because, you know, even though we are in the home haven, I'm a home-based lash artist, by the way. This is my 4th time being home-based. So if you have questions about being a home-based lash artist, baby, book that Power Hour mentorship call and I can answer those too. But this is my 4th time being home-based. And what was the point? Something about the home haven. I don't know. My clients get the lash bath kits for free. That's the point. You also want to make sure that you, like I said, are giving them very detailed but also simple lash bath aftercare instructions to follow, such as do not touch your lashes. You don't have to tell them don't pick your lashes, because when they think pick, they might think like actually plucking them off. Picking is anything. If you're rolling them, rubbing them, whatever. Keep your hands out the lashes. That's a simple instruction. If you have to touch them with your mascara wand. Brush them. That's the only time that there should be any contact, and of course with them cleaning them. Again, simple instructions. When I explain to new clients about how to do lash baths, I let them know, shake up the shampoo, 1 pump to the eye is enough, clean down on the lashes, clean across on the lash line, rinse it out, dry it, that's easy peasy. And I also let them know, if you forget anything, you can text me or read the instructions on the bottle. Whichever works for you, works for me. When you see your clients come in and you see that they have not been cleaning, do not get frustrated and then go to social media and vent about it. Let your clients know, hey, I'm noticing that, you know, you got some buildup in your lash line or whatever, your fans are closing. This is a result of not cleaning. I'll even ask my clients, how often are you cleaning their lashes? And they'll give me whatever answer they give me. And I just follow up to let them know, well, this is what I'm seeing. It's usually the result of not cleaning your lashes. So just make sure that you are cleaning every day. For some clients, I have to recommend that they clean twice a day, in the morning and the evening. It depends on the client. But the point is, make sure that when you see it, you address it so that you can hold them accountable. They'll appreciate this. You're not fussing at them. You are just educating them and helping them protect their investment, because lash extensions are not cheap and lash extensions are not a necessity. They're a choice, and that client is choosing to come to you. And if they're choosing to come to you and spend their money with you and you want them to continue doing that, the best thing for you to do is to help them maximize the wear of their lash extension. So retention isn't just about the products that you use. A lot of times we will go crazy on products thinking, oh, this glue doesn't work, this primer doesn't work, this bonder doesn't work. And before you know it, you have bought every glue, primer, and bonder across the market and none of them work. That's because it's not always the product. Sometimes you're the problem. And if you're the problem, I hope that these tips will help you and make your lash journey a little bit easier. If you have any questions about lashing, lash retention, drop them in the comments. I'll be happy to respond to you and even make a video if necessary. That is all for this video. So I will see y'all in the next one.